As Lord Ram incarnated on earth, Mahalakshmi could not stay in Vaikuntha without the Narayana. She came down in her original form, and as a result, Ravana, full of lust, was compelled to touch her. Because of this, Mahalakshmi cursed him that she will meet him again and be the cause of his death. And so, she manifested herself in a golden lotus in Ravana's kingdom. Ravana's greed attracted him to the lotus, and seeing a baby, instantly remembered Mahalakshmi's curse. Fearful of his life, he sent the lotus away, ending up in the kingdom of Mithila. And so, here in Mithila, lives the great King Janak and his wife, Queen Sunaina. They found this beautiful baby and named her Sita. Oh, and she's 10 years old.
The king of Mithila and the queen were amazed at what they saw. Little Sita managed to move the great bow of Shiva effortlessly. It was then that King Janak made his decision that only a man who is strong enough to lift this bow is worthy to marry his daughter, Sita.
Narayana, Narayana. The day of Sita Swayamvar had arrived. Many suitors had come for the great occasion to win the hand of Sita, including some unexpected guests. I am the greatest Shiva Bhakta, King of Lanka. I am Ravana. Look at these kids. No one here will be able to lift this bow except me.
After the completion of the yajna, sage Vishwamitra knowingly passed by, bringing with him Lord Ram to claim his future wife. All were amazed at their charm and beauty.
Do I have to believe that I should not have made such a vow? Do I have to presume that my daughter will never get married? Do I have to believe that this earth is devoid of brave men?
Lakshmana, enraged with King Janak's harsh words, was offended that his brother was unintentionally disrespected. But the Lord stayed calm and waited for his Guru's command.
people of Mithila fell in love with the divine couple. Their joy and happiness knew no bounds. But Rama's duty was in Ayodhya, and so, taking Sita, he left Mithila's palace for Ayodhya. In Ayodhya, time has passed. It was time for King Dasharath to pass on the responsibility to his son Ram. All the wives were happy, including Kaikeyi, who, even though Ram was not her son, loved him as if he were her own.
However, as fate would have it, the mischievous maid Manthara, who served Queen Kaikeyi, poisoned her mind. Her aim was to convince Kaikeyi not to allow Ram to be king. Oh, Kaikeyi, can't you see? Your son Bharat should be king, not Ram. She continues to create fear and doubt in Kaikeyi's mind and reminded her of the 2 boons that Dasharath promised her. She told her to use them to her advantage so she could secure the throne for Bharat. Dasharath inquired what was wrong with his wife. He could not stand seeing her troubled and told her he can grant her anything she wanted. It was then that she reminded him of the 2 boons. For the first boon, she asked her son Bharat to be crowned as king. Dasharath was confused as Ram was the eldest, but he could not go back on his promise. She then asked for the second boon. She wanted Ram to go to the forest for 14 years. Dasharath was overwhelmed with deep sadness. But a promise is a promise. And so he was forced to agree. Dasharatha was so heartbroken of the pain of the foreseen separation. Ram was his very heart. The pain was unbearable. He could not imagine a life without his Ram, for he was the reason he lived. Was only too happy for Bharat to be king and readily accepted to go to the forest to fulfill the wish of his father. Hearing the news that Ram intended to leave, Lakshman could not imagine even a moment not in service to his brother, and so made the decision to follow him. Sita Maya also felt compelled to follow her husband. As for the people of Ayodhya, they could not comprehend an Ayodhya without their Ram.
Ram, Sita and Lakshmana moved to Chitrakoot, where they settled in their small hut for nearly a year. It was here that Bharat came to Ram and refused to be crowned, telling Ram that Ayodhya would wait for their rightful king. Placing Ram's paduka on his head, he returned back to Ayodhya. They soon left Chitrakoot and proceeded to Dandaka forest, where they settled for 30 years.
Suparnaka was the sister of Ravan, a demoness representing Maya. Seeing Ram and being infatuated, she transformed herself to a beautiful damsel. She tried her best to charm him so that he her husband. But the Lord told her that he was married to Sita, and teasingly asked her to try with his brother. Lakshmana was not interested and asked her to go to his brother Ram. She had no luck with either of them. Suparnika blamed Sita for her rejection. Lakshmana protects Sita by getting his axe and chops off her nose.
Oh dear me, Surpanaka, what to do without a nose? Such a reaction for an unfulfilled desire.
Suparnika told her brother Ravan of the handsome brothers. Hearing of Ram, he wanted to take revenge and went on a hunt. And so a plan was put in place, during which a beautiful golden deer caught the attention of Sita. The deer was in fact a demon. She didn't know this and begged her husband to capture it for her. Before leaving, Ram told Lakshman to take care of his wife. And so Lakshman agreed. When a faint cry resembling Lord Ram was heard, Sita panicked and commanded Lakshman to leave to search for Ram. Lakshman knew very well that his brother was fine, but Sita was anxious and insisted. She became angry and spoke so harshly that Lakshman could not refuse her wish. And so Lakshman drew a line of safety and told her not to step over the line. Hesitantly, he left. Ravana, the demonic king, was extremely lustful, and seeing Sita's beauty, wanted to possess her. He disguised himself as a Brahmin to lure her into his lustful arms.
Bhiksham Dehi! Bhiksham Dehi!
He realized that the line would go up in flames every time he tried to cross. He told Sita to cross over, but she refused.
If you don't cross, I will curse you. Meanwhile, on Kishkinda mountain lived Hanuman, an incarnation of Lord Shiva. He is a true example of one-pointed devotion and complete surrender. Not a moment passed without thinking of the Lord's name.
Hanuman is the giver of strength to all those with a sincere longing for the Lord. Having received news of two handsome strangers, he went to inquire who they were. Until the Lord introduced himself as Ram. Hanuman reassures the Lord that he will locate Sita and leaves with a ring from Ram as proof that they had met. Sita became a prisoner in Ravan's kingdom and was longing for her Lord.
I'm at your service, beauty. Accept my proposal.
Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram.
Ah, Sri Ram, demoness, make her change her mind.
And so,
Sri Ram, Sri Ram.
Ram, you watch. I will kill him.
Sita symbolizes this longing. Your heart is longing for God. She represents also the single-pointed mind, this devotion, which is surrendered to the feet of the Lord. Hanuman proves that he is a messenger of the Lord and gives her the ring to reassure her that Ram will return. Ravana represents the mind, which portrays itself so huge, like 10 heads. The ego, pride, and doubt jump with much enthusiasm. With such a mind, the negative qualities inside take over, and the good qualities inside of you are suppressed. And then one becomes blind, like Ravana. However, Ravana was no ordinary being. Sriman Narayana had indeed promised to come to earth himself and deliver him, but on the condition that he would be born his enemy. The thought of his enemy Ram danced in his mind continuously. His wife even tried hard to convince him that unless he returned Sita back to Ram, he would meet his end. But there was no use. His brother Vibhishana, who was devoted to Sri Ram, tried to make him realize that he would never win a battle between the Lord and to surrender, but again, there was no use. And so Ravana's wrong-weighted mind drew the Lord closer and closer to him. Ram, with the help of the monkey army, had managed to build a bridge to cross over from India to Lanka. And so the battle began. Sri Ram, the embodiment of compassion, had come down to earth to deliver Ravan and free him. How merciful is the Lord, and how great was Ravan for his one point of devotion. 14 years of exile is over now, and the Ayodhyavasis are eagerly waiting for the return of their king.
She's there. She's on the stage. Left.
महाप्रभु की महाप्रभु की Jai.